Hello dear readers and subscribers, it is time for another top list video, and I know that you guys adore painting, and I also know that 1 in 3 is from the United States of America. So in this video we'll be tackling American contemporary painting. It is safe to say that the United States of America holds a pivotal position in the history of modern and contemporary art, with arguably its pinnacle with the masters of abstract expressionism. For this video, as we have moved into the contemporary era, we confront a fundamental question: who are the most important contemporary American painters? The painters who are most pertinent in the art world. As always, we have used the notorious methodology of the Artfacts algorithm, ranking artists using objective data and career stats. And before shooting the messenger, please make sure to watch until the end of the video, in which we make an assessment of this top list. Nevertheless, the selected artists are as iconic as it gets and the most pertinent, as proven with career data. So without further ado, let's dive into the top 10. We open our list with Frank Stella. Frank Stella was born in Malden, Massachusetts in 1936 and has since become one of the most innovative figures of the 20th and 21st century. After earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in history from Princeton University, he relocated in 1958 to New York City, where he continues to reside and create. Throughout his illustrious career, Stella's exceptional ability to reinvent himself and his art has been a defining feature. From the early 1960s, he embraced a series-based approach to his work, gaining immediate recognition with his black paintings, characterized by parallel patterns in black house paint, separated by pinstripes of unpainted canvas. Over the following decades, Stella transitioned to a more exuberant use of color, shapes, and curving forms, pioneering innovative narratives and abstraction in his paintings, prints, but also sculptures and architectural installations. His artistic trajectory can be described as an evolution from minimalism to maximalism. Up next we have Jean-Michel Basquiat, born in 1960 in New York City and tragically passing away in 1988. Basquiat was a prodigious artist whose life and work left an indelible mark on the contemporary art world. As a young man of Haitian and Puerto Rican heritage, Basquiat ventured into the bohemian underbelly of New York's vibrant underground scene at a tender age, immersing himself in the worlds of jazz, noise music, and street poetry. Known by the pseudonym Samo, he adorned downtown Manhattan walls with sophisticated aphorisms, carving a unique space for his artistic voice. In 1981, Basquiat shed his Samo persona and began painting and drawing on salvaged materials, later transitioning to canvas and paper, ingeniously utilizing found materials from the urban environment. His creative output was ceaseless, fueled by an insatiable passion for words, music, and mixed media. The amalgamation of these elements infused his work with an unparalleled sense of urgency and excitement. Within a short period, Basquiat's unique artistic language and content, bridging cultures and articulating alternative histories, gained widespread acclaim, catapulting him into the art world's neo-expressionist art boom. Notably, his art served as a poignant commentary on the harsh realities of race, culture, and society, elevating his work beyond traditional boundaries. Ellsworth Kelly, born in Newburgh, New York in 1923, stands as an influential figure whose innovations during the late 1940s and early 1950s reverberated through the realm of abstract art for decades. His pioneering contributions encompassed the development of monochrome and multi-panel painting, a steadfast commitment to integral forms, and the incorporation of chance and seriality, all of which played pivotal roles in abstract art's departure from modern art, from expressionism. Kelly's approach to abstraction was uniquely grounded in the particular rather than the universal, drawing inspiration from found compositions such as the fold of a cigarette packet or the contour of a grape leaf. He charted a new frontier of artistic possibilities, declaring everywhere he looked, everything he saw became something to be made, and it had to be made exactly as it was, with nothing added. Over an illustrious 7-decade career, Ellsworth Kelly translated these found compositions into a multifaceted array of artworks. Paintings, sculptures, drawings, prints and photographs, each exuding a visual power that transcended artistic movements. His unwavering artistic vision ensured that each creation bore his distinctive mark, even as he ventured into uncharted territories of form and materials. Kelly's artistic process displayed unwavering rigor, driven by a relentless translation of his observations of the world, often described as fragments of visual experience. Ellsworth Kelly's artistic legacy continues to shine brightly, as his profound contributions to the world of abstract art resonate with admirers and practitioners alike. Up next we have the works of Twombly. Twombly was born in 1928 and passed away in 2011, a highly influential artist who forged a gestural vocabulary in which every line and color exudes energy, spirituality, and significance. He emerged as a prominent figure in the mid-1950s after extensive travels across Europe and North Africa, creating artworks that seamlessly blended the personal with the mythological, unleashing narratives, language, and inner visions through intimate, abstract notations. Despite sharing the art scene with figures like Robert Rauschenberg and Jasper Johns, Twombly diverged from the dominant aims of American post-war abstraction. While prevailing trends sought to abandon historical narratives, he focused on ancient, classical, and modern poetic traditions. In the late 1950s, he relocated to Italy, producing vibrant, diagrammatic works, imbuing them with erotic allusions and sly humor, while retaining their abstract intensity. Soon after, the colorful palette gave way to more austere grays and blues in the blackboard paintings, characterized by terse white scrawls and loops reminiscent of chalk on a blackboard. As Twombly continued his artistic exploration in various locations, including Rome, Lexington, and his final residence in Gaeta, Italy, places, landscapes, and natural forms became prominent motifs in his drawings, collages, photographs, and watercolors. For Twombly, the poetic and the rational intertwined harmoniously. Jasper Johns, born in 1930 and grew up in South Carolina before moving to New York in 1953, where he encountered and collaborated with prominent figures in the avant-garde art scene, including Rauschenberg, John Cage, and Cunningham. This group's artistic ideas fundamentally reshaped the American avant-garde, challenging conventional notions of artistic intent by incorporating found imagery and chance. He shifted away from abstract expressionism and modern art, propelling the art world towards new frontiers encompassing pop art, minimalism, conceptual art, and beyond. Over the span of 6 decades, Johns continued his artistic exploration, delving into new symbols and images to construct an extensive and enigmatic personal lexicon that remains unmistakably his own. His artistic language boasts a unique continuity, with motifs from a single painting resurfacing years later in a sculpture, drawing, print, or another painting. John's creative philosophy seeks to capture life's fragmented nature, acknowledging the occurrence of diverse experiences and offering vivid indications of those differences within his work. John's contributions have profoundly impacted American culture, and his artistic journey has been celebrated across the globe. Born in 1927 in Brooklyn, Katz developed a unique approach to contemporary representational painting during the 1950s in New York, a period marked by the dominance of abstract expressionism. Over 7 decades, he has crafted a celebrated body of work as a preeminent painter of modern life, drawing inspiration from diverse sources, including films, billboard advertising, music, poetry, and his close circle of friends and family. His artistic process primarily involves working from life, employing carefully composed strokes on planes of flat color to express line and form. Katz, his admiration for Henri Matisse's sense of color, composition, and economy of means is evident in his work, as is his interest in the American vernacular tradition. Among Katz's most recognizable works are large-scale canvases featuring simplified figures set against monochrome backgrounds that minimize any contextual distractions. The recurrent subject of his wife, Ada, whom he married in 1958, appears in countless paintings, exemplifying the enduring influence of his personal relationships on his art. Born in 1923 and passed away in 1997, Roy Fox Lichtenstein was a prominent artist closely associated with the pop art movement, which he played a crucial role in originating. Born in New York, he developed a passion for drawing, science and jazz music from a very young age. In 1961, Lichtenstein created one of his earliest pop paintings, Look Mickey, a pivotal work that incorporated cartoon characters and imitated the Ben-Day dot printing process used in commercial art. Lichtenstein experimented with various mediums, including ceramics, aluminium, brass and printmaking, completing significant public sculptures and murals. In his later works, Lichtenstein continued to expand his technique and subject matter, exploring unexpected themes such as the painterly gesture, the female nude, and Chinese landscape painting. His contributions were recognized with the award of the National Medal of Art in 1995, a testament to his enduring impact on American art. Throughout his career, Lichtenstein also explored diverse subjects such as landscapes, consumer product packaging, adaptations of famous artworks, geometric elements, parodies of abstract expressionism, and war scenes. Despite the varied subjects, all his works confronted the challenge of representing three-dimensional forms on a two-dimensional surface. Up next we have Ruscha. Born in 1937, Ruscha is renowned for his innovative approach to painting and his incorporation of words as form, symbol, and material in his works. Initially influenced by abstract expressionism, Ruscha shifted his focus to advertising tropes, infusing humor and wit into his diverse media artworks, blurring the lines between sign and substance. He explored the dual identity of painting as both object and illusion, a concept that led to his first word paintings. Ruscha's artistic exploration extended beyond painting, as he delved into photography and the creation of artist books as well. In the 1960s, Ruscha's painting focused on the fluidity and noise of language. His artistic evolution continued through the years, including reverse stencil drawings featuring phrases rendered in various substances. Ruscha's experimental style and use of the American vernacular have left a profound impact on contemporary artists worldwide, and he remains influential as technology and internet platforms transform human communication today. Next we have Robert Rauschenberg. Born in 1925 and passed away in 2008, Rauschenberg left a lasting legacy of innovation that has captivated multiple generations of artists. His interdisciplinary practice positioned him as a leading figure in the artistic landscape that followed abstract expressionism. Throughout the early 1950s, his work evolved from incorporating dirt and gravel into dark canvases to the monochromatic, exploring light and shadow perception. His travels with Twombly to Italy and North Africa in 1952 inspired the creation of collage and assemblage-based works with found images and objects. Rauschenberg's conceptual approach took shape in numerous artistic collaborations. In 1962, he embraced printmaking techniques, incorporating found imagery through lithography and silkscreen on canvas. His innovative approach extended beyond traditional art forms, emphasizing the dialogue between art and life. Rauschenberg further explored interdisciplinary collaborations with artists, musicians, choreographers, performers, and writers. Throughout his career, he continuously experimented with sculpture, painting, drawing, photography, and printmaking, creating innovative combinations that intertwined seriality, abstraction, and representation. We conclude our list with, of course, Andy Warhol. Born in 1928 and passed away in 1987, Warhol was a revolutionary artist whose work from the 1960s to the 1980s encapsulated the cultural spirit of New York. Renowned for imitating the aesthetics of mass media, advertising, and celebrity culture, Warhol blurred the lines between his art and its sources, creating images that have become ingrained in popular culture. Raised in a working-class suburb of Pittsburgh, Warhol was the sole college attendee in his family. After graduating from the Carnegie Institute of Technology, he settled in New York and quickly gained success as a commercial illustrator for prominent magazines. In the 1960s, Warhol's paintings took a transformative turn, featuring hand-painted works inspired by comics and advertisements, including the famous Campbell's Soup Can series. He utilized the silkscreen technique to explore various subjects such as stamps, dollar bills, and Coca-Cola bottles, breaking down images into their graphic essentials. Establishing the factory in 1963, Warhol surrounded himself with artists, models, and influencers, fostering a cultural hub. He delved into the allure of fame, screen printing portraits of celebrities like Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley. Warhol expanded his artistic repertoire into music, publishing, filmmaking, producing avant-garde classics. In the early 1980s, Warhol's creativity surged, leading to collaborations with young artists and large-scale works inspired by historical masterpieces. His ability to intertwine art historical references, abstract elements, and mass media aesthetics left an indelible legacy on modern and contemporary art, blurring the lines between commercial and fine art forever. There is no arguing that these 10 artists are as iconic as it gets, and were very influential for American painting and beyond. Even though our selection of artists is factual, objective, and thus reasoned, we must also add that this methodology is not absolute in any way or form. It also kind of favors the older generation of artists due to the longevity of their career, which is of course very important. These artists were very important to bring American abstraction into the contemporary era, into the post-war era. But as it focuses on this older generation, it also results in a lack of diversity. From this perspective, painting seems to be a little bit more stuck in the past and is a little bit more obsolete when comparing it with the diversity and selections of, for instance, performance artists or installation artists or video artists, where a lot of female artists and people of color are dominating the scene. One could also argue the problem lies at this uncertain time delimitation of contemporary art, which is predominantly located in post-war art or starting from the 1960s. One could also argue contemporary painting starts where modern painting ends, and this results in this selection actually. And thus, sadly, after crawling all artists who have been active in the contemporary era, so post-war art or 1960 up to date, this was the top 10. However, there were so many iconic artists that fell just short of this top 10. Therefore, I cannot help but share my disappointment in not seeing female painters such as Helen Frankenthaler and her enigmatic fields of washed paint, Agnes Martin's intriguing grids, Nicole Eisenman's colorful and intimate portraits, or Selmin's contemplative pictures of the sea and stars. Or what about artists of color, such as Kerry James Marshall and his characteristic black figures populating his large canvases, Julie Mehretu's abstract mark-making, Kehind Wiley's colorful portraits, or Micheline Thomas' complex patterns in his figurative pictures. However, do not despair. If you would make a list with this methodology and with this algorithm of artists who were born after 1950 or even after 1960, then the list is very diverse and inclusive. So therefore, I would like to ask you, who do you believe that are the most pertinent or most influential contemporary American painters today? Please let us know in the comment section, and I look forward to chatting with you very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Feel free to watch our 2 videos on the art world explained next. Support us on Patreon, and please consider subscribing to stay posted for more contemporary art. Bye.